another side of Shakya Chokden, which really is interesting. I've been fascinated by this, which you mentioned earlier a bit. I think if you can discuss this a bit more, it would be very useful for the audience. His understanding of Madhyamaka, no? How both the Nisabhava Vada and the Alikagara Vada are equally sort of authentic traditions in sort of comprehending.
That is his main thing. That's the main thing. Buddha nature is just a little thing, little part of his writings. But Alikagara Vada, Nisabhava Vada being both of them being Madhyamakas, that's his main stuff. That's the main thing, at least in the non-tantric works, right? And yeah, that's very important.
And that seemed to have very important or direct relevance to Buddha nature. And he seemed to present Buddha nature being approached from two different traditions, through Nagarjuna and his Nisabhava Vada school, and through Maitreya and Asanga through the Alikagara Vada school. So is that fair?
Yeah, again, what he's doing, right? What he's doing, he's trying to make sense of at least three different streams, right, of thought. One is Madhyamaka, the other one is Yogacara, the third one is Buddha nature writings, right? And of course, everyone is trying to somehow put them together or disconnect them, depending on who you are, right? And so what he's doing here, he's saying that, at least in his writings, written starting from his 40s, right? When he started crystallizing his own unique views on Mahayana thought, he started saying that, look, you have all these beautiful thinkers, wonderful books written by those thinkers, such as Asanga and Vasubandhu, and not to mention, of course, tantric writings, where they talk about ultimate reality as jnana, non-dual primordial mind, and all of that. Then just to discard all of that stuff and say, it's just a little chitamata, forget about it, we're followers of Chandrakirti. It's not good, very, very bad thing. So he says, let's take it seriously. Let's treat them seriously. Did they themselves say that they are not Madhyamaka? Did they themselves say that by following their views, you cannot achieve Buddhahood? Is there any valid proof, any argument that can prove that by putting the views taught by Asanga and Vasubandhu, you cannot become a Buddha? No, according to him, no. Of course, according to other people, sure. And so he says, they are Madhyamakas, those people, Maitreya, Asanga, Vasubandhu. So all the leading Mahayana, all the leading Yogacara thinkers are Madhyamakas. They present the views, the ultimate view, the ultimate reality, differently from people like Chandrakirti, for example, but it doesn't mean that they are not Madhyamakas. You can talk about, these days people like talking about apophatic, cataphatic, and all of those terms, right? So you can talk about ultimate reality in a negative way, in a positive way, but it doesn't mean that your view is not efficient. What he's saying is that, in fact, both the views of the ultimate view of Yogacara, which is Alikagara Vada, meaning the false, how do I already forgot how I translated, false suspectarians, right? Meaning that even the subjective aspect of mind is unreal, not to mention the external world. So false suspectarian. So their view is valid. If you put it into practice, you can become a Buddha. You can dispel obscurations and you can achieve Buddhahood. But they present the view in a different way. So that's fine. Why not? And so so that's very important. And he has in this book, I have two main books on Shakya Chokden, right? One is this little one, right? So, Visions of Unity, where unity here refers to that, the unity of the ultimate Yogacara position and Madhyamaka, right? It talks about his life and other stuff, but that's the main thing. And this book, it's like a sort of complements it, because here you have the translation of two most important works that deal with, especially one of those works that deal with this particular topic, of the unity of, Madhyamaka and Yogacara. Sounds quite convincing. Again, sometimes you can see that people start twisting words and all of that, but everyone is doing it, right?
Yeah.
So that's his position that informs his interpretation of the Buddha nature as well, of course.